All right, former FBI Director James Comey indicted for perjury. This is big news. Let me break it down for you. We'll drop it on you right now. So it looks like back in 2020, during the pandemic, James Comey was called before Congress to testify about leaked information that was sealed. He said he didn't do it, and it was doubling down on prior testimony that he made in front of Congress in 2017. So the statute of limitations on this charge was going to run out on Tuesday at midnight. And according to John Solomon, he has been indicted, grand jury in Virginia. Now, it's unique because in Virginia is where he actually testified to, as opposed to D.C. He was living in Virginia at the time, and he was on Zoom call during the pandemic, and Ted Cruz was the one cross-examining him, and he said, "So did you say this? Is this your testimony?" And Comey said, "I'm doubling down. I'm gonna stand by my testimony that I said in 2017. I did not basically leak information, classified information on this." Now, there's been, I think it was Clapper and two others have come out and said that they took orders from Comey on this. Other people have taken orders and said, yes, that it was done and this information was leaked. Now, that'll have to come out in the court trial, but I can't think of a time in history the FBI director's ever been indicted for a crime, lying. It just happened. Go back to some of my posts on X. I did call saying that James Comey would be the very first arrest of the deep state, and now it's not been arrested yet, but he's been indicted. It's still sealed, but it'll be unsealed real soon, and you're going to see it drop. So some massive news. James Comey, FBI director, now indicted. One more thing. The next thing to come is going to be Tina Peters is going to be freed. Watch. I'm calling it now. Now, I worked when I worked on the it was basically like election integrity stuff I was doing with a congressman, overseeing things, and in Arizona, basically like love project that I worked on with an attorney, and it's a long story. But anyways, Tina Peters was one of the witnesses, so I knew about her. Tina Peters, didn't know her directly, didn't meet her, but I remember reading an affidavit from her or helping to prepare, work on some stuff to help her with something. The case never went forward, never actually did it, but I remember her at that time. She's in jail. She's a Gold Star mom. And now, for just releasing stuff about the election, election machines. She's one of the only county recorders in the nation that actually had inside information about this machine. Oh, I remember what it was. I have all of her reports. I read all of her reports, and it was going to be part of this election case that she made to testify about these machines. She was an expert witness. That's right. She was an expert witness. I could go through all her reports that she had helped prepare about, that she had inside knowledge about how these machines worked. They did not want anyone to do that. She had personal knowledge. She's the only county reporter that actually testified to this and made this, a whistleblower on it. So they arrested her. She's in jail. And now Trump has now said that he did an executive order today about Gold Star moms. That's directly relevant to Tina Peters. She's going to be next. She's going to be brought out. She's a federal witness, and she can be brought out of custody on that. Now, remember, we're inside of a special military operation. Everything's happening according to plan. Now, it's not controlled by like some magic hand, because there's a grand jury involved. Maybe the grand jury doesn't indict Comey. It could happen. But most of this stuff is optics. It's going to be optics under the military operation as we're under laws and orders. That's how it's rolling out right now. So be mindful of it. It's happening in its due time. We are getting justice with James Comey now being arrested. I think there's a lot of stuff that's already happened in the background that has not been released yet. Way more than what we're seeing on this indictment. I think this is actually old news. Okay, it's a lot of it's theater. And this has happened a long time ago, all right? But we're now seeing it in the mainstream in the public, so that's the good thing. Here we go. All right, let the fun start happening. Deep state indictments. James Comey's the first. Hit the ones. My name's Gavin. I'll see you at the top.